What's up? Westside connection, been had it locked, bitch. Westside, Westside, the Westside. Westside,
Westside is what I represent. Come down to my town like Mariah, I carry.
Catching the 6-4 throwing up Westside, man. I'm from the Westside.
Westside is what I represent.
I got this feeling in my veins. I can tell all about where I came from. Claimed one side of town and it'll stay one. Yes, a great one. A section of Denver, Lo Corrado. The West Side, familioso oeste lado. Step on the turf, get ready to play the game that goes back generations. Elevator, Calumet, Colfax, Sheridan, and Broadway is a location. And I don't care what you say. This shit runs south to Mississippi. I got a whole hood from the lower west side and trust a bunch of OG motherfuckers with me. What you know about Barnum and Vines, Columbine Steakhouse, and Malvern? What you know about the Osline, the 14th Ave West High down to the 3rd? What you know about bungalows, Columbine projects, sunken gardens? I know about some valleys, Decatur's, and the Avondale apartments. What you think the W really stands for? I'm on the west side, I raised and lived, grown into a land war. And even though the north, the east, and the south got my back, gotta give them all the history, all the things I've done is gonna put the dub on the map. What up, West?
Westside connection, been had it locked, bitch. Westside, Westside, the Westside. Westside,
Westside is what I represent. Come down to my town like Mariah, I carry.
catching the 6-4 throwing up Westside, man. I'm from the Westside.
I'm sitting that dub, nigga.
Yeah,
Killer.
I'm Denver till they body me, a poet till they carry me, a West to the death, hitting Paul Bearers bury me. Cause ain't scaring me, I wish I let it wear with me. How about what you bout, boy? Rep the turf for territory, Burby on my waistline. You know I'm down to ride, and if they hating on the fuck them niggas from the other side. Facts and show I'm down for mine, and tryna ain't a thing to us. Really ain't a thing to buzz. Homie, can you hang with us? Show the holster. You down to bang with us? Side the statewide. Know that we get dangerous. Younger Jesus on the scene, earning stripes, hitting lit. So boys checking up, getting looted, chopping bread. Really niggas in the mix, so what's it been a battleground? Predominantly black and brown, and know that we ain't backing down. Love for my realest riders, north to the east side. Catch me on your turf, chucking dubs out of cheap rides. West up, niggas.
Connection, been had it locked, bitch. Westside, Westside, the Westside. Westside,
Westside is what I represent. Come down to my town like Mariah, I carry.
catching the 6-4 throwing up Westside, man.
This time, yeah, I'm from the hood where they used to bang the G's and B's. Westside got a gang of homes look up to me. We rep the turf, it's real, borrowing banging avenues. 5 murders a week, ain't never made the fucking news. The soil stained from all this bloodshed. Yeah, this where I lay my fucking head. But we all respect the fact this Westside love. 7 deep around the cutlass, boy, we throwing up guns. Tear down our buildings, now they trying to kill our pride. Bitches still Westside, cowboys West High. Truth the fact that we all living hard. My section where I'm at, the Bloods bang Martinez Park. Westside, 7th Avenue, what it do, folks? Shout out to my nutties, they my fam and they ain't no jokes. Shout out Westwood, number love for y'all. Westside, United we stand, but divided we fall.
Westside connection, been had it locked, bitch. Westside, Westside, the Westside. Westside,
Westside is what I represent. Come down to my town like Mariah, I carry.
catching the 6-4 throwing up Westside, man. I'm from the Westside.
Westside is what I represent.
Hope you get the chills every time that you hear this shit. Everybody knows Westside niggas are the craziest. I rep this shit since a kid. You know how I do, bro. Move to the buyers from 2nd and Galapagos. From a boy to a man, wasn't too bad with these hands. The West is in my genes, go back to them boys on the pan. Was born at DG just like the rest of my peeps. Was the first kid in live for free lunch down at Daily. I know you're hearing this, fearing this. make these niggas shiver. Handing out ass whippings, you the taker, I'm the giver. Black River, you don't float, nope, not even sink. I'm down with the buyers and my riders, they don't think. Catch me rolling through the west side, heat up on my waistline, hitting motherfuckers up every time I pass by. Bar's hood is my home, the park bench is my throne. Take a trip to my west side, you might not find your ass home, nigga.
West Side Connection, been had it locked, bitch. West Side, like the West Side. West Side.
West side is what I represent. Come down to my town like Mariah, I carry.
Captain and 6-4 throwing up West Side, man. I'm from the West Side.
West side is what I represent.
Double we mobbing, truck be knocking while we gripping grain. Hey, in the lanes, West we hella pass. Stands for 7B, the avenue that I ride, folks. Turn up in the cutty with the side hoe. S-I-D-E, fuck you, pay me. It's never all gravy on these West Denver streets. From Santa Fe to Sheridan, Kentucky, down to Colfax. You can end up like Bernie Lomax, fuck around down by that train tracks. Where my team just parked to Rudy Santa. Motherfuckers be about that legal tender. Sipping up on that lick, keeping your Benz a thin offender. You can tell where I'm from by my walk. Hit my fitted cap, done been there, done seen that. And the motherfucker still living that. I'll be your tour guide. Lace your kicks and walk with me. Take a shot with me. I still got some pop in me. I represent and I rep it well. At times it could be a living hell. West them up to my peeps in jail, especially the ones without no bell. West.
West Side Connection, been had it locked, bitch. West Side, like the West Side. West Side.
West side is what I represent. Come down to my town like Mariah, I carry.
Captain and 6-4 throwing up West Side, man. I'm from the West Side.
So, playing this song because I'm gonna have this dude on the channel in a couple days. DA Dub, this guy right here with the dog. This was well, okay, so my dog Jack, y'all know Jack. Let's see, let me make sure my microphone's turned on and I'm not just talking into shit because I'm not sure my microphone's on. Yeah, can you guys hear me? What up though? Can you guys hear me? Tell me you can hear me real quick if you can hear me. Hit me in the fucking chat. Because I didn't test the microphone out on any of this. Let's make sure. But this is the homie right here. This is the homie DA Dub. It's on. Okay, so this fool been making in fucking music in Denver forever. Since like the early 90s. I spilled water all over myself too. I'm not a slob, I promise. It'll go away. It'll dry up. Salute to everybody. Christine, I see you. Wesley, the iPhone. Conrad. Who do we got? Stepdad. Step Dizzle. Herb in the house. Hey, Herb. Homie. I thought I was the only one who noticed, Doug. Okay. I don't know why it is that... I don't know. I don't know why it is that everybody in this goddamn video is fat. Most people in Denver aren't fat. Denver's an incredibly fit city. Even the fat people out here work out. It's just kind of a yuppie thing, right? And Denver's kind of yuppie-fied. And so I couldn't tell you exactly why everybody in this video is so goddamn thick in the middle, but this whole video is full of fat boys. And Denver's not like that. It's really not. So I agree with you, Herb, but nobody else ever mentioned it. Nobody's ever mentioned it. It was just something that was in my head. I was like, damn, homie, maybe I'm just tripping. You know what I mean? But it was like everybody in here is kind of fat. And you see all them young FPP fools. You get to see all them young FPP fools. Let's see. Bam, let's get over to the thing. Yeah, so I'm going to have the homeboy on. I've been talking to him, and he wanted to a while ago. He wanted to do it a while ago. Let me take a hit of this. Hold on. Not on camera, though. They demonetized that shit. So he wanted to do it a long time ago, but I was like, I just couldn't fit it in while the grad school was going on. It was just like, dude, I kept trying. You know what I mean? Like we tried to meet up or something and try to make it work, but it just couldn't happen, dog. And I was like, homie, just wait till the semester's over, and then we'll link up. And I hit him up the other day, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to hit him up. Actually, I should right now and ask him if he can do it tomorrow. But tomorrow's Tuesday, right? I've got tomorrow off still. Yeah, I will hit this fool up right now. Hold on, let me take a hit and turn the camera back on. I forgot. Let's see. Bam. Let's get to this. Thank you, Richie Poe. I see you. Man, shout out to my channel members, man. The paying subscribers, man. Jen P and Vegas Profile Stories and Wesley Mitchell. People who support the channel. Bigfoot, Big Feezy. We Was Wolves. And who's the last one? There's one more. But shout out to him, my homie. Oh, Stephen Beath. Stephen Beath. And I think that fool sent... I think, Stephen, if you're listening, I think you're the one who sent that money to my... that anonymous money to the GoFundMe. My GoFundMe for my PhD. I think that's you. Because I saw something on the back end that was like a piece of an email. But it's like something that's been encrypted, right? But I'm starting to know a little bit about encryption. And I'm start being able to see things like you can see patterns and stuff, or how computers will use like shorthand for things. And I think that's what I saw. So I think that's you, Steven. So good luck, and you're anonymous, but it may not be him. Maybe I'm wrong. This video is 11 years old. Hey, owe me food stamps is money. Karma, I see you. Thunderous. The eye fizzle. So yes, the homie is an OG. He is an OG, and I'll tell you why he's an OG, and I know he's an OG. This fool is from a hood. Let me turn my camera back on. This dude's from a hood that I can guarantee, I say 99.9%, everybody in the chat hasn't heard of this hood, and that probably includes Conrad. That's how small this dude's hood was. I'm going to guess that even Conrad doesn't know what hood this fool's from. We're going to find out. And that's somebody in the city. And the north side's not far from the west side. Okay? Like the east side is far from the west side. We didn't even encounter them fools. They weren't, the black dudes, the black dudes stayed on that side of town. And we stayed on ours. Now, the government went and tore all the black projects down and took the black people and dispersed them all over the city. So now there's black people all over the city. They forced them, right? But whenever everybody was left to their own devices, the black people stayed over there. We stayed over here. And let's see, the white people stayed in the southeast. The white people own the southeast. It's rich. It's very, 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 very rich. The southwest is Mexican. That was us. It's Mexican and Vietnamese. And the east was the black dudes, man. But the white people wanted their land. You know how white people are, bro. They see what you got, homie, and they're like, yeah, I'm going to need that. You know? But now they just have to do it, and they have to be more, you know what I mean? They have to be diplomatic about it, right? And they literally saw, it was called the East Side, the 5 Points. That's Who Ride. Who Ride's hood. It's called the 5 Points. It's been called the 5 Points forever. Dangerous. It was the most dangerous part of Denver. For many, 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 many years, this was the only neighborhood, one of the only neighborhoods that was more dangerous than my neighborhood, was 5 Points, Denver. You would get robbed. If you went down there at night and you weren't supposed to be there, it was a 50-50. It was a coin toss. You get robbed. You get rolled. Now, it's all white people. They got their little dogs, and it's all safe, and there's nice bright lights out and everything. Where's Conrad? Where you at? Conrad, what hood bangs a gray bandana? You out there, Conrad? What hood bangs a gray bandana? And I'm gonna give you a hint. One of their big homies was named Conan. And that's all I'm gonna give you. And that's gonna tell you how, yeah, okay, so there we go, Conrad. What hood is from the west side that bangs a gray rag, and They got one of their big homies is named Conan. He says VGV. But VGVs ain't from the west side, though. Ain't no VGV. There's north and south side VGVs. But there ain't no west side ones. Karma. Irony, I see you. Boom. Gentrification is weird, man. AKs, he says AKs. Now see, he got that right. The AK bangs, some of them will carry that gray rag. They also carry a white rag. Their color is white, but AKs will wear gray. But no, Conan was not. This dude is from a hood. Southside crew, no. This dude is from a hood called Barrio Westside Familia. VWF. And this is from back whenever, like, we were still naming our hoods. Like, my hood's called Los Locos 13, right? So we were actually, these were actually Cholo gangs. This was back whenever Denver was actually, there was actually Cholos here. It was, you know what I mean? It looked like, we dressed like sureños, but a lot more colorful, put it that way. You know what I mean? Because everybody banged their color and everybody chose different colors out here. But it was still in fashion, put it that way. It fell out of fashion. My hood, all the hoods that were named Mexican names, it fell out of fashion. And they wanted to be like killers and mobsters and shit like that. They wanted that to be their names. You know what I mean? Or like some smooth shit. Or what are they, 2DS, too damn smooth. They want to start putting names and acronyms. I almost lost my phone. Bam. Names and acronyms in their shit. The Cholo shit just fell out of fashion. We were doomed, dog. And we had a 13. We were banging a 13, right? And not sureños. Had nothing to do with sureños. And we were banging a 13. Homie, our days were numbered. That was only a matter of time before that went down the tubes. You know what I mean? People weren't signing up for it. For my hood. That 13, it was like, you know, there wasn't no pussies from my hood. There's no pussies from LLT. Not a single one. So, it wasn't a matter of like, nobody got bulldogged off their square. Like, you would think I'm banging a 13, right? I'm banging a 13, and I hit the joint, and you would think that they would push me off you think they would push me off of that, right? That's what it would seem. But, I mean, you ain't pushing me off of nothing. And that's how my hood is, dog. My hood's, I'm not saying they're a bunch of killers. They're not a bunch of killers. There's a couple killers. It's not like that. It's not a whole bunch of shooters or nothing like that. But my homies ain't pussies, dog. They would fight. They would fight. And that was it, dog. We would go around. We would tangle with each other. We would throw the gloves on. We would wrestle. I remember getting fish hooked. I had the big homie, but I had him in a squeeze, dog. I had him in a lock. And I was choking that fool out. But that fool got me in a fish hook, dog. And so he was doing me like this. And this is like the first time we ever met him. The big homie Tim. The first time I ever met him, this fool was, they brought him around and he's like, oh, I want to test this fool. And we just started tangling, dog. And before you know it, I got this fool on the couch and I'm getting him, dog. I'm choking him. I had him, homie. He knew it. That fool ripped the fuck out of my shit, though, but I choked his ass out. You know what I mean? And it's like, let's see. SCGs, them, the South Central gangsters, those fools, I knew them fools because their big homie, one of the dudes who started that hood, South Central Gangster, these are actual sureños. This is a sureño hood that tried to, it did root in Denver. It worked. They just, I don't know. I couldn't tell you why they didn't keep going. Well, Mr. Cashman, Bruce Cashman was one of their big homies. He was one of like their original ones. Chepe too. I just see that name right there, Chepe. And Bruce Cashman took himself out. Now, Bruce Cashman happened to own a house on the corner of 13th Avenue, West 13th Avenue, right next to my neighborhood, because my hood's from 13th and Wolf. That's where my hood rooted in there. There's a creek right there. And then it's at the top of the hill at the creek. There's a whole intersection, and it's full of like low-income apartments. And that's where my hood started, was on 13th and Wolf. Well, Bruce Cashman, the OG SCG fool, was like, owned a house like less than a block away. I don't even think it was a block away. But he was married to this woman, and he was a real good-looking dude. You wouldn't even think he was Sureño. Long hair. He was a native. Long hair. And good-looking dude, in shape and everything, owned his own house, and had him a badass woman, dog. And she was like 23, 24, but she wasn't worth a fuck. And she kept messing around on him, and this fool loved her, dog. And he was older than me. And this is 2008, whenever this happened, maybe 2010, something like that. So 10 years ago, and I'm 30, so he would have been older than me. He was probably 35, and I bet you she was 22, 23. And she was just running around, dog, running around on him. And one day that fool climbed up in the tree, dog, in the front yard, right in the middle of the hood right there, and just dangled from the tree for everybody to see, for the whole hood. And I don't know where the rest of them SCG. Well, the one dude, there's one of the subscribers, Smiley. He's a SCG. I talked about it with it. Let's see. Let's get to some of these. Okay, Wesley, boom, boom, boom. Bikers do bang the 13. They bang 13 and a half. Means 12 jurors, 1 judge, and a half a chance. Brown Pride. That was a hood. Westside Brown Pride. It was just called Westside Brown Pride. And there was also another hood called Westside Brown Love Crew, BLC. There were brown raggers. No, ours. Okay, so see, there's 2 different things here. There's 2 different hoods. No, that's a lie. There was more than that. There was 3. There's 2 parts to my hood. There's Los Locos 13 and there's Mestizo 13. They're gray rags, but we all bang the same hood. We bang the same street. We bang the same apartments. We ride with each other. We function with each other. We're allied with each other. We're functionally the same hood. That's my hood. I claim them too. I have to. And then there was the hood called Oldies 13. I can't tell you why the oldies claim 13. I was never able to get a simple answer. The homies tell me, some of the homies told me that is the same. They're banging the same 13 that the Sureños are. That's what the homies told me, right? But I could never get a straight answer about it. This is what my homies told me. And I couldn't even get a straight answer out of the oldies, which is how weird it is. They didn't care for the 13. It was like their hood. They inherited it because that's what they started it. It's a baby blue flag. Baby blue flag, but they ended up becoming enemies of the Crips. So it's Oldies 13, but they're arch rivals of the Crips. So they start wearing red. So now you have in the middle of all this most dangerous neighborhood there is that I'm talking about, Who Rides neighborhood, you got all the Mexicans decide, fuck these Crips, and now they're decked out in red. Even though they actually bang 13, and they're actually a baby blue rag. Their hood is a baby blue rag. They picked up the red rag just to be like, fuck these fools, right? But as time went on, my understanding is, now I can't say that I ever saw one of them oldies get pushed off his square. Not once. And my homie Dipsy had a huge ass 13 on his stomach. Like that. It was huge. Homie, a big ass X3. And I can't say anybody ever tried to push that fool off his square. Or any of them. Any of them off their square. I can't say that. But whenever I went to the joint, sometimes I'd roll up to a yard. I rolled up to Lyman. There was one oldie on the yard. His name was Patches. And he was rolling with the Sureños. bald head, functioning, working out, doing a thing with them, eating with them, whatever, right? But then you'd get to the next yard, and there'd be a bunch of oldies, and they'd be kicking it with the G's or the Bloods or whatever, right? So you never kind of knew. There wasn't a unified idea. And I think what they realized was, this is a bad idea. We have to make a decision. So they dropped the 13. I don't think they were pushed off it. I can't say that. But they decided this was a bad idea because it's confusing everything. And they picked up the 3-7. So they bang oldies 3-7 now. Which is actually where their hood's from. They're not from 13th. Now, my hood and the Mestizos, we are from 13th Avenue. That's why we bang 13. That's it. We have nothing to do with the Sureños whatsoever. So, you know, the question becomes, if I was a 14th Streeter, would I be a Norteño? I don't think so, right? That wouldn't make me a Norteño, would it? So, you know, and I can't say, and like I said, they never pushed on me about it. They were like, you know, I don't know. They just never pushed the issue. I can't say they ever pushed the issue. But then again, it's like, I don't know. Unless you have complete control of something, it's kind of hard to tell somebody they can't do something. You know what I mean? Like what? You're just going to be telling people from whenever they show up that, oh, you can't bang your hood? What? Fuck you. You know what I mean? You're asking for it. What biker club? Okay, so here's the thing. There was a biker gang out here called the Sons of Silence. And them fuckers were thick. And they were around. And I used to do some business with them. And I liked them. I thought they were cool people. I have no idea where they are. I don't know where the fuck they went. I haven't seen them on a bike. I don't know where the fuck they went. I don't know. Now, there is HA out here. There is Mongols out here. There's gringos. I don't know if they're 1%ers, but there's gringos out here. Who do I see cruising around? I keep seeing a nomad. I keep seeing a Mongol nomad around town. I don't know if he lives here or does that... What do nomads do? Do nomads live somewhere? I don't know enough about bikers. Honestly. No, nomad just means that you recruit, right? That you travel and recruit or something. So maybe a Mongol nomad works or lives out here. Because I see him... I've actually got pictures of him a couple times. Yeah, that shit is dumb. Honestly, we consider you like that shit's kind of hoe shit, homie. Where I'm from, like, if somebody asks you, like, let me get my ones, homie, and then you're just like, you just got your weapon, homie. You know, like I could understand if it's a situation where if it's like 10 dudes and you're like, hey, homie, back up. I'm about to leave. Fuck you. You know what I mean? I ain't fighting nobody. Back up. If it's just you by yourself or you got a woman you're trying to protect or something like that. But, you know, if it's not the time, if I got my kids, I can see you pulling the banger and be like, hey, homie, back the fuck up. Right? But if you got your boys and he got his boys and the motherfucker want the ones, dog, you got to go, homie. You got to go, homie. You got to go ones. You know what I mean? Out here, anyway, that's what we do. I would think, I'd be like, damn, homie. Like you're gonna push it that far and start pulling out a weapon and doing all this other nonsense just because you don't want to throw them real quick. That's kind of weenie shit, dog. You know what I mean? It's like it's just better for everybody just to throw them real quick and then So wait, I can't do this on camera. You guys don't let me smoke on camera. Boom. Mongols are the top club. He might be. Yes, it is, sir. $8-1 what? 8-1 out here. Oh, HA. Oh, yeah. I thought you meant something else. There's a set of Crips out here called 8-1. They're kitchen Crips. If anybody knows what the fuck that means, I'd love to know. I don't know what kitchen Crip means, but I know they're kitchen Crips. 8-1 Kitchens. They are the biggest Crip set. Last time I checked, anyway. They're the biggest Crip set in Colorado Springs. It's rare to see a Mongol in the Bay. See few in here, but it's like seeing. Yeah, I know up where I was at in Mendocino, homie, you don't see nothing but HA up there. At least back in the day, whenever I was growing up, that was it. He says they're moving up. He says the Mongols are moving up. Mid 2000s, they were going against the North. Who was? West 7 Hood. The West 7 Hood, homie. All the CMGs live there. Yeah, I know all them fools. I know James Coca. Is that who you're talking about? I know all them fools, homie. I function with all them bloods, dog. And a lot of the younger generations are actually my families. That's what happened. I went, you know, we were banging the hood, right? But all of us went to the joint, and whenever we came out, dog, all the little homies were bloods, dog. They're all like different sets of fucking bloods and shit. And like even like the fools that we should have been putting on our hood, right? Or the kids that should have been Southside Steels. All the kids that should have been Southside Steels pretty much became like Westwood Hoods or Bloods. You know what I mean? There was just a whole generation that went that way. And then since then, it's even gotten more that way to where it's like they're all funneling into these big groups. Like Bloods is one of them. G's is one of them. NSMs is one. The big groups are attracting, you know what I mean? And to where whenever we were growing up, it was small cliques, 20, 30 people. A whole hood would be 20, 30 people, you know? Most professional gangsters I've met was old school strangers. Hey, homie, them SCG fools were fucking gangsters. Honestly, them fools fucked us up, dog. Them fools split my homeboy. They split my homeboy Yancey. The fucking big homie Fraggle ran, dog. We probably all should have ran, right? You know what I mean? The homie Yancey. Hey, the homie Yancey, I swear to God, dog. Them fools rushed. That fool didn't move, homie. He was just like, fuck it. I'm not going to run, dog. He just stood there. It's like, so, the homeboy Sonny lived right next to that fool. Might even have been Chepe, homie. It might even have been Chepe, now that I think about it, dog. Did Chepe live on 10th? 10th and Newton. So, we get a gauge. Me and the homeboy Sonny get a gauge, right? You can see him, the dude I'm talking about, you can see him on that video I made about my hood that says Los Locos 13. It's all blue and orange like Bronco colors and it says Los Locos 13 on the thumbnail. He got a brand new 12 gauge. And so that fool Chepe, I believe it was him, lived next door. Was it? Maybe in Flaco. He lived next door. So we go over there and we're like, hey, dog, da-da-da-da-da. We just got this gauge. What's up with some shells? You know what I mean? And I don't know. See, the thing was, we knew he had shells because this fool always had a bunch of ammo. But he said no. Now, at the time, we got like kind of like, damn, dog, really? We know you got him. We got kind of offended. Now, when I think back on it now, we were children. And we were asking him, we had a big-ass 12 gauge that we shouldn't have had, probably. And so maybe he was older than us and he was an OG and he, you know what I mean? And he kind of looked at us and was like, maybe I shouldn't give them that. But we weren't mad like that. Like we weren't going to do anything. You know what I mean? So we leave, whatever. The very next day, the GKIs shoot through this fool's door with a gauge. They shoot up the front of his house and through his front door with a gauge, right? We didn't know that. We don't know. We don't even know what's going on. We didn't do nothing. So we're sitting on the front porch and these fools come up. I'm not there, actually. I'm telling a story right now that I'm not there. The homie Yancey was there. The homie Frago was there. My homie Sonny was there. And my homie Faustino was there. And them fools pulled up. Like, I was there whenever we went over there and asked him for the shells. But I wasn't there whenever all this happened. And all them SCG fools pulled up in like 3 cars and just jumped out. But they were the homies. I don't know if Yancey just was like, oh, those are the homies. Because we were cool with them. There was no problem with it. It was the next door neighbor. You know what I mean? So the homies are all sitting on the porch, and them fools rushed. Homie, like 15 deep. They beat the fuck out of Yancey. Sonny and Faustino were little kids. We were little. I was big. I was a larger kid, but my homie Faustino and Sonny and them, they were little dudes. Hold on. Let me fucking pull up a picture. I'm going to show you who I'm talking about. I'm going to show you the people I'm talking about. And you'll see the little fucking choloed out motherfuckers. Little assholes. You know, so Sonny and Faustino ran out the back. He said Frago took off immediately, which was the big homie. The big homie knew that fucking something was about to go down, and that fool was gone. So he left all the little homies, this fool Frago, who ended up being a blood, and now he's kind of a bum, honestly. But that is what it is. Frago runs. Sonny and Faustino run. They're little kids. They're like 110 pounds, 120 pounds, little. And Yancey just stands there. And he gets fucked up. Frago gets away. And Sonny and Faustino have to run to a house. They run to a house and just walk inside. And, you know, like slam the door. And Sonny's smart enough. He goes, there's some dude out there with a gun. Everybody get down. And so everybody jumps down on the ground. And they're all waiting for these people to come in, start shooting or do something crazy. And then after like 10 minutes, the people are like, nothing's fucking what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? And so they end up, the SCG fools show up at the house, and the grandma has to go outside, and like they know where they ended up. And these fools show up and like surround the house, and the grandma goes out there, and the SCG fools like, them fools shot through my door. And that's how we knew that's how we ended up finding out that happened. Whenever they actually got there, they accused us of shooting through his door. We didn't do that. We didn't do that at all. He thought because we wouldn't give him any shells because we got heard about the situation that we would actually do that. We didn't do that. And that's what it turned out to be. It turned out to be the G's had done it. So, let's see. Bam. Them fools were gangsters, though. Put it that way. That's I gotta give them that. Them fools, they were with the business, homie. Their whole hood, dog. Their whole hood was with the business. I'll give them that. Yeah. Yeah, but you think it does for the oldies too? Does it stand for that for the oldies? Whoever wants to come up, dog. I'm just celebrating, just bullshitting. I'm getting hired and shit off my pen, but not on camera. I'm just up here talking. Homie, to talk about gangs. We talk about. I don't want to talk about no technical stuff yet. I want to take a day off from that. If somebody wants help behind the scenes, we could do something like that. But yeah. Dub says I'm a PC. Nice. Let's see. Let's read some of the comments. The Vagos. What now? What hood you talking about? Are you talking about the biker gang, or are you talking about the hood here in Denver? Do you know something about the hood here in Denver? Because there's actually a hood here in Denver that was called that too. See, you know what I mean? And I get that, but like okay, like I know Northside Sureños, right? Northside Pasa, the homie, what the fuck is that fool's name? God, that fool was so funny, homie. He's so funny. This fool used to hold in his farts, dog, and wait for the fags to come near him. And just it was so funny, dog. Bam Bam from Northside Pasadena. So, it's like, I don't know. Boom. Nomads drive around state to state. Well, he seems to be here for a lot. Like, and it's the same one. It's the same one. He's not too big of a dude, not a really big dude, but he's a Mongol. Says Nomad on the back, and I see him around town. I've seen him at least 4 times in the last year. So who knows? Maybe he's just passing through. I don't know. I don't know what bikers do. Honestly, I'd be lying if I tried to say I did. You remember Most Wanted? I don't. Okay. Let's see. Kitchen cribs from the east side of South Central. Couple different sets. Most popular is the 9 to 5s. Well, they apparently came to Colorado Springs and started something called 8-1. I'm not 100% sure exactly what 8-1 stands for, because there's not an 81st Avenue down there. And they don't have really those type of streets. I think there is some numbered ones, but it doesn't go anything like that. It's maybe like 1st through 10th or something like that. But they don't. Denver has streets like that. Denver goes up to 150th or something like that, but the Springs doesn't. Nah, I left Northern California before I ever got put on anything, homie. So nah. And honestly, there wasn't a verified crew, homie, where I'm from in Northern California. They didn't have one then. They were trying. I remember they were trying, and I think they did. I think that's what Victor Mora. He knows me. We were all. It was all us. I really wasn't banging it, but I was gonna be eventually, I'm sure. But Victor was banging it. Frankie was banging it. Duno was banging it. Marciano was, I remember whenever he started putting on, he was like, fuck it. You know what I mean? But he didn't have a hood either. They didn't have a hood. It wasn't a neighborhood. And they were talking about something called Empire Gardens. There was a hood. Okay, so where I was from, there was a hood called ATC. It was Black Raggers. They were not Norteños. This is in Ukiah, California. They were not. Somewhere along the way, they got co-opted. And they did become. And they became tied in as the same thing. XIV and ATC became Aztec Tribe, I think is what they called it. Aztec Tribe Cholos or some shit like that. And some Mexican shit. Mexican power shit. And it got folded in with the Norteños. Now, the Sureños that were there were from different hoods. They weren't rooted there at all. They weren't trying to root there. They were from LNX. I remember that hood. Lennox. Shit, I can't even remember what other one. There wasn't. There was Sureños there, but yeah. You remember Yancey? Yancey doing good, my homie. Yancey owns a bunch of businesses and shit. That fool's doing real good, homie. I'm happy for my homie. Proud of him. And that fool's all super yoked, too. That fool's yoked. He looks like a, I don't know, he stays on it. He's like bodybuilder, put it that way. Fool, homie stays on it. Stays in shape. No, he's not a G. He was from my hood. He's the only one of the homies from my hood that's from the east side. My hood's a weird gang. There's fools from my hood that are from that bang south side, that bang west side, and that bang east side. And the ones who bang west side, half of them ain't even from there. They're from Westwood, and that's me, right? I got this west side on me on my arms whenever I was 13 years old. The homie Alok from Bloods put this on me. Anthony Eagle. He's a tattoo artist. He put these on me. We traded him. We traded him a 38 special. And he put the West Side on me, and then he put the hood on the Humvee, and he put like a skull on him. And we gave him a 38 special. And it's one of the regrets that I have. Because I was a Westwood person. You know what I mean? But it was weird back then. Because Westwood HUD is a gang. And we didn't have a problem with them, but we wasn't them. So it felt weird to me to put Westwood on me. And so I didn't. But I should have. That's what it should say, actually, if we're going to be honest. You know what I mean? So, oh no. So, no. Frago is from the east side. And he became some sort of fucking blood. I don't, and at a stupid age too. Like, I don't know what he was thinking. He became a blood at like 35. It's like, okay, homie, that's what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that. I can't imagine going through a fucking like a little homie process again, dog. For anybody, dog. I'm good. Bay Riders, Froggy Fern. Froggy from Incas? Is that what you're talking about? Fern I know's a G. 3-patch, 1%. I know Inca Boy, Froggy. Seek was, yeah, and so did they used to them fools used to ride crotch rockets. I think that's who you're talking about. They'd be around the town on crotch rockets a lot. My homie used to do his thing. My homie used to ball out. That fool was tripping, homie. He was tripping. He was doing his thing. He was good to me. We fell out a little bit, but he was good to me. I got nothing bad to say about him. We're on good terms. But we did fall out a little bit. But that's my homie. For Coma. Okay. Okay. Oh, Dev says on PC tight. Well, and I'm glad that you showed up, sir. I was hoping you guys would show up because I was looking for incentive to put out my full-length 2-hour dub video and make it more compelling. You know what I mean? So we can hyper-focus on the shit that's really going to piss people off and put some nice music, some dramatic music behind it. And we'll get these necks going. You search what? Song, you will see them banging all red rag down to the Kings of Cali. What is it? With that. Jay Millie, what up, though? Good to see you, my homie. Boom. Nobody's coming up tonight? I dropped the link. Nobody's interested, huh? That's all right. I'll sit up here and smoke by myself. Give me a second. Let me take a hit. They say there's rumors that they're starting Norteño hoods out here. That there might already be one. I know there's some Norteños running around out here. But I seen pictures of them. Niggas look undercover to me. Well, no. But, I don't know. I guess we were easier to spot whenever I was banging. These fools don't look like Norteños. I mean, Norteños to me. Ben Davis, homie, in red t-shirts. You know what I mean? Red t-shirts. Homie, red hats. And nothing cleaner than a fresh red hat, dog, with like a white fucking brim or something like that. That's Norteño, what I remember. You know what I mean? These cats look like Edgar, homie. You know what I mean? They look like Edgar, and I seen 3 of them, and I seen one of them had a little bit of red on. 3 Norteños, one had a little bit of red on. So now, and it was in their music video. And I'm like, I don't know. And they weren't saying it. But then again, I remember Norteño rap back in the day, and it wasn't all that great. I remember that Darkroom Familia shit. They got that song Self-Destructive Behavior. I remember that beat is fucking hard from Self-Destructive Behavior. But a lot of their music was kind of boo-boo. A lot of that music back then was kind of boo-boo. They were trying. They didn't know what they were doing. You know what I mean? Back then, the Chicanos were giving it their best, dog. It took a while, dog. SPM was the savior, homie. Put it that way. No, that's a lie. Kid Frost was killing it, homie. Kid Frost was killing it. You know what I mean? He put it down. He paved the way. But SPM brought a different flavor, homie. It was different. You know what I mean? The same way what's his name is now. What's the kid now? The curly-haired fat boy from Texas right now that's killing it. That fool's tight too. I should know. Red Nebraska hat. That that wasn't in Denver. In Denver, yeah, that was huge. The Cornhuskers was huge. But in California, no. I can't say that. And like I said, the Norteños, I knew them all. And then there was some natives too, if I remember right. And they had something, CVB, I think, Coyote Valley Boys, which was the name of their little casino and their reservation was Coyote Valley, Shotokai. But it was just the same stuff. No, but they wore jeans. They wear a lot more jeans. But them fools were all broke. Everybody was broke. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Maybe that's the difference, is these kids got money, homie. I think about that. Hey, homie, my first banger, we bought like a 38 special, homie, and we had to go halfers on it. We bought it for like $120 and we went halfers on it. You know what I mean? These kids got Dracos, homie. And weird stuff, all kinds of exotic stuff. It's like they've taken all the... Okay, put it this way. Only so much gang banging was possible whenever I was a young man because we had to survive. I moved out of my house when I was 15. My best homie was 16. He was old enough to co-sign with his Aunt Noelle, rest in peace, who was a biker. And she happened to need a place to stay. She just got kicked. She acted up and got too drunk at her thing and got in a fight over there with her landlord and got kicked out. So she needed a place. Well, we were little hustlers. We were little scam artists. So we had money. We keep about $3,000-$4,000 at the time between the two of us. You know what I mean? We could muster up about $3-4 grand. And we would work together. We would work as a team and run scams and shit as a team. And she got us at our apartment, our first apartment, over on 14th in Kendall, which is actually in Lakewood. It's right on the western border of Denver, into the next city. And we went and got our own apartment over there. And we had to worry about paying rent and bills and everything. You know what I mean? So you had shit to do. You were hustling. We were hustling all the time. And then you get a little bit of extra money, or maybe you pick up a banger in a burglary. I mean, that always happens. You know what I mean? But that's if you're down to burglarize houses. I am. So I ended up with a lot of long guns. You end up with a lot of long bangers. You know what I mean? Rifles, 420s, 30-aughts, some shit, cheesy shit, cheap shotguns, 10s, 12s, 20s. Quick side note, I started gathering a collection of them from the houses I would hit. And then I said, well, shit, I might as well at least try. So all the other homies, I said, hey, homie, whenever you guys get long guns you don't want, I'll take them. I started collecting them, right? Well, I was living in my mom's house, and I got them stashed in my room. And for whatever reason, my stepdad went in there and found them. But that wasn't what made it crazy. What made it crazy is we're talking like 2 weeks after Columbine happens is whenever he finds them. And he freaks the fuck out. Columbine happened in 2000 or 99. I'm either 16 or 17 at the time. Whenever Columbine, I think Columbine was 2000, wasn't it? And my stepdad finds like 30 guns and like 1,000 rounds of ammunition in my fucking room. And he was like, he took it all. I came home and it was all gone. And he was like, what the fuck are you doing? He was like, he's like, if they catch you with this, he's like, what do they think you're going to do? He was like, what are you thinking? I was like, dude, that's just leftover shit from selling drugs and shit like that. Like, my stepdad was hip. He knew I'm a crook. I've been going to jail and shit. And he got high and shit like that too. Like, he understood. But he freaked out because he thought I was going to do something. I was like, nah, homie, that's just leftover bullshit. He's like, well, I'm going to keep that and put that away. He's like, we'll deal with that later. He's like, you can't. If they catch you with that, he's like, you're done, dude. He's like, and he goes, and how negligent am I going to look if you got all that in the house and I don't know about it? He's like, I'm going to jail too. So he took it all, and then we ended up later in life, whenever I was an adult, I ended up selling some of them and doing stuff. You know what I mean? But he held them. He took them away and just put them away. But yeah, he freaked out, dude, because remember Columbine, that hadn't happened. That hadn't happened before. Now we're just like, oh, whatever. You know what I mean? It happens again. That hadn't happened before. Woo! You know? Jay Millie, I see you, my homie. I see you in the chat. Krupp, I see you. If anybody wants to jump up, go ahead. Here's the link. What up, Jordan? Salute, my homie. What's this? Obnoxious from San Diego is a dope MC. His parents are mixed. His old man is Mexican and his mom is white. Wrong device. Krupp, I see you, homie. Salute. Salute to the chat. Thunderous gang. What up, though? Yeah, I still live in Denver. I'll be chilling. Boom. Let's see. Big Feezy, what up, though? Man, I want to thank all you guys for looking up. You know what I mean? Looking out. Helping a brother out, dog, and supporting the motherfucker. This channel got me into grad school, right? So if this channel got me into grad school in the first place, literally that's how I got in, was media management, right? It's a media management program. So I got in based on the strength of this channel, man. Based on the strength of you guys. So then if I end up in this PhD, right? Which, I think I could do it. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. I've looked at a bunch of them, homie. It's going to be instructional design. I can already tell that. What's going on,
What's
homie?
cracking? What's going on? So you were saying this dude's name Fraggle. Is that Steve Sable? Is that who you're talking about?
No. Anthony Garza.
No, not the same. Okay, not the same Fraggle then.
No, from the east side. He actually used to be, and this is his third hood, actually. He actually used to be an old East Side Deuce 5 Raider. And then was one of the dudes who became one of the founding members of my hood. And then for some fucking reason, in his mid-30s, decided to go be a Blood. I don't know why. Maybe prison. I think it happened in prison. You know what I mean? Probably just kicking it with them fools and got good with them. I'm guessing. You know what I mean?
I was wondering if it's that Steve Sable dude. I was like, that's fucking Steve Sable.
I don't know.
He's you know that fool? It's a GKI. Yeah. Yeah, he owes me a bunch of money. I was like, is that motherfucker?
Yeah. Watch Invincible? What is Invincible? No, I really don't watch TV, brother. I wish I had time. That'd be dope. It's been I haven't watched TV in like 2 fucking years, dude. Dead serious. I watch football games. That's what I allow myself. That's the extra little bit of time that I allow myself not to be productive. Is on Sundays I veg out and watch football games. But other than that, I don't watch.
Shit, I think the last time I really watched TV is when I had COVID. I was laid up.
Yeah. And movies suck. Movies are pretty much horrible anymore.
I binge watched that fucking Yellowstone, dog. I binge watched Yellowstone. That's some gangster shit. If you ain't never seen it before, some gangster ass shit. Oh, big ass tool bag right there, homie. I'm gonna go back and get that.
Yeah.
Big ass tool bag in the middle of the road.
Do it. I found a box the other day. I saw it fucking fell off of somebody's truck. Pulled over, got that shit. It's like a trunk thing, and then I brought it back here, and it was just full of some women's dumps. It looked like some bitch stayed the night at his house and then left early in the morning and left the stuff that she, you know what I mean? It was like some toilet paper and a curling iron and a mirror and a little bit of makeup, a weed pipe.
Yeah.
You know.
Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna grab this shit real quick.
Do it.
It's a bag. It's a tool bag. It's a tool bag.
Do it. Yeah, hit the like button now. Jay Millie, I see you. Let's see. Conor McGregor ever done for... I'm just saying, homie, movies fucking suck, dog. And you know what? There's so much content. You know the last thing I could say, what did I watch? What ended? The Handmaid's Tale, homie.
Big ass tool bag.
The woman I was fucking with made me watch that shit. And then I started watching it, and then I was like, yeah, this is cool. She didn't make me watch it. She made me start watching it, and then I was like, this is fucking dope.
Piece of shit.
Muffin Man, I see you.
Big ass tool bag, dog.
What kind? Nice one?
I have one like it already. It's a DeWalt. It's got it's an open mouth with a canvas. It's got tools in it too.
Stiff or soft?
Yeah. No, it's got a stiff bottom and it's like on the sides fold open.
Yeah.
You know?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's got some shit in it. I don't know what tools. It's got some decent tools in there. I don't know what they are. I seen a big ass tape measure.
Yeah.
Somebody dropped it off their truck.
Nice.
Yeah, I seen it in the middle of the road. I was like, I'm grabbing that. Well, that's a fucking toolbox.
Did anybody ever watch a show called The Expanse?
Expanse.
That motherfucker was cool, boy. I tell you what. But they couldn't really keep it up. It seemed like it was a cool ass idea, but it was interesting. It seemed like for about a season and a half, dog, and I think they ran out of ideas.
Yeah, that fucking Yellowstone's gangster, homie, for being a cowboy show, like a western.
Yeah.
Gangster, homie. I was like, damn, this dude ain't no joke. That writer is he was actually the cop in that Sons of Anarchy. He was the cop, the young cop. He's the writer of the Yellowstone series.
I fucking hated Sons of Anarchy. You know that? Hated it. You know
it was kind of lame. It was like every week there was some beef. I'm like, come on, this is fake.
Hey. Okay.
Well, we all
so here's the thing. I grew up around bikers, and bikers have a whole bunch of fun, right? But then sometimes some crazy shit happens.
No, I get you.
But it's mostly fun. On that shit, it was just drama, and everybody's super mad and super angry and super tough. Bikers aren't like that. Things happen. Fools get into squabbles, cuss each other out. You know what I mean? But, you know, I would have been around the bikers, but I started fucking up so young, they didn't want me around. I was a heat wave. I was bringing the cops. So I stole that bitch's purse at Oktoberfest, dog, and the cops showed up. While these fools are slanging dope out of the house, they show up to the address where I'm at, and these bikers are in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have my thoughts about them, but like I said, I worked with some of them, so it kind of changed my perspective on them as a whole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because of the whole scenario with my cousin and everything. But
I have grown a different idea about them as well.
so,
I saw
but
some
I
stuff.
worked with this real good dude, bro, and he was a bandit, and he was solid as fuck, bro. I'm gonna be honest. He actually the one who kind of changed my mind about the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe they ain't all some bad guys. You know what I mean? He was cool as fuck, though, dog. He'd basically pay me just to kick it with him, dog.
Yeah.
That's basically what he did, is pay me to kick it with him. But
Yeah.
he was cool as fuck, bro. We'd go to work and he'd be like, I would always be around him. He'd be like, come on, let's go. And then we'd go eat, go fuck around, then come back. All them other fools were working, you know what I mean? That's just funny. He was a good dude, though. Solid dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. Like I said, when I seen how those Mongols did it over here when their homie got shot over here, they killed that one at this motorcycle. It was at this expo right here at the fucking thing. And they killed one of them. Matter of fact, the dude who killed him was a DOC cop. He was part of that Iron Order. They're like a bunch of punks, bro. They're actually cops and whatnot, but they wear a 3-piece patch. They basically out-gangstered the gangsters, homie. The cops did.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I know.
Because they didn't get basically permission. They just went ahead and did it. Oh, they just that's gangster.
Yeah. I know.
But the Mongols tried to rough one of them up over here at this expo, and dude pulled out his gun and capped him, bro. Killed him. And then they were all crying on the news how the dude isn't going to get prosecuted. And I'm like, what are you crying for, dude? You are outlaws, bro. You claim that you are outlaws. Why are you crying? Because this dude's not going to get charged.
They got into it with the G's at the Vikings on Colfax. Remember, it used to be the purple turtle. Purple turtle. Yeah. Okay, but it's called the Viking. Well, they got into it with the Mongols in that place, and it was a bunch of Mongols. It was like 5 or 6 of them, and they think they got their gang going. The G's just look normal, and it was like Gatum and fucking Ghost and a bunch of these fools that are fighting ass motherfuckers, and it went bad for the Mongols that day. They got cleaned out. They got cleaned out pretty bad.
Hey, me and the bouncer homies beat the dog shit out of them at over there at a fucking what was the homies bar called? The fuck was the name of that bar? It's a Thornton bar. Fuck.
I don't know any Thornton.
I used to bounce out that motherfucker. Shit, that bar was liver than a lot of bars. What the fuck?
You never know. It's weird. It's weird where bars crack. I went to one on like 54th in Washington or something like that. Popping. Should be popping.
Oh, they're talking about Club 56 if this was back in the 90s. Yeah. His is fucking the what's it called? Them fools actually managed the Players Club, and then their bar was called the fucking Man, why can't I even think of it? I got in so much trouble in that bar, it wasn't even funny, bro. Yeah, one night they tried to get loked up, bro, and we shut that bar down I swear, at 10 o'clock, the bar was closed. We had to kick all the patrons out. It was bad, bro. It was bad. Them dudes got beat up pretty bad.
Well, okay, so this is, I'll tell you this. And do you remember, I bet you guys remember, the chat, whoever remembers, that there's a rumor going around right now that it's okay for Mexican gangbangers to tell on other races as long as it's another race.
The fuck out of here with that shit.
I swear to God. No, what it is, this is a rumor started by black people. I don't know why. I think I know why. I think it's so they can justify what they're doing. I think. But this is a rumor.
Hey, bro.
This is not true. But
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. No, it's
just like the
something else.
Yeah, bro. Look at these youngsters, bro. They're all trying to stick up for this King Yella. Dude, fucking comments to the cops, bro. I don't care if nobody went to trial. I don't care if nobody caught a case.
Yeah.
It hasn't even, dude, they could be building shit and you could have added to it. You basically admitted other dudes were gang members,
It's part of a
supposedly
case.
a certified. Yeah.
Like these fools are acting like if I don't give them the whole case, you know what I mean? If I don't give them the whole case and testify, I'm not a rat. No.
Brother,
You can't be
you
telling
can't
them
make
people
any
are,
statements. No statements,
not
homie.
like that.
I don't know nothing.
You can't confirm anything that could possibly be incriminating. Okay,
Bro, he
and I'll
says
give
that
you,
it was his
no,
old lady's
but I'm
son.
gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you an exact example because I made a statement in my case, and I'm gonna tell you what my statement was. We got caught. They're charging all of us. I'm sitting in the thing, and they says, "What's going on?" And I says, "The homies come to pick me up, and we come over here, and here we are." All I did is remove myself from what they had done. The reason I did that is because I wasn't there. I'm not going to tell them I don't know anything, right? This is the only way I can tell them I don't know anything, right? Yeah. I don't know anything because I knew I didn't get seen at the scene of the crime. I know I didn't. They can't put me at the scene of the crime. And what happened was whenever the eyewitness showed up, because I did it like that, when the eyewitness showed up, she comes over to the thing. I still remember because it turned out to be a cop's house. She's like, I ain't scared of these motherfuckers. Da-da-da, because they were trying to shine the light in my face. I was in the back of the car. And she comes up and she looks in the car and she goes, I told you that was a Mexican. She goes, that's not a Mexican. But I had a tail because me and the homeboy both had tails, right? And so she had described a big dude with a tail. That was the homeboy. They already let that fool go. We were in the little liquor store together. They picked him up, let him go. I was like, I don't know that dude. They picked the homeboy up, let him go. They got me in the back of the car. And she comes up and says, I don't even know who that dude is. I told you that was a Mexican. She goes, that ain't a Mexican. So now I know I'm not seen at the scene of the crime. And so whenever I get in there, I say, they picked me up. I don't know what they was doing. There's no possible.
Them motherfuckers asked me so many questions, I laughed, bro. They beat the fuck out of me first, bro. So my fucking face looks like pulp. My mouth's full of blood. So every time they put the paper in front of me, all I did was spit a big old red Luger on it. Fuck yous. And they were already tired of the SWAT team beat my ass, not the detectives. But the detectives were like, you fucking hardhead. They were pissed, bro. They were mad. I was like, fuck you. Take me to the fucking old. I mean, I'm going to bond out. And they were like, you ain't bonding out, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Then they called the feds and told the feds that some of my guns were illegal. And then they kept me in the fucking city for over a week, like 16 fucking days in the shitty ass city jail.
Nasty.
This is before that new high rise was fucking built.
Yeah, it was nasty. It's full of
nasty city fucking jail after. Exactly, dog. Vagrants.
Bums and drunks, dog.
Brother.
It's nasty.
I tell dudes right there, like,
hey, it was so bad, they'd give you your towel. You wouldn't dry off with your towel. You take the towel and throw it on the shower floor, and then you just step on the towel and you just shower like that, and then just air dry. You just go back to your cell butt naked. Fuck it.
Fuck that. I wasn't getting in that nasty shower and getting gangrene on my foot. I was washing my balls in the sink, bird bath style. Ballsy todo right in the sink. Boom. I would walk in there with my shoes and I would fucking pump the soap out of the thing and I'd put it in my milk carton. And I'd take the milk carton back to my cell and I'd wash my ass. Real talk, bro. I wasn't getting in that nasty ass shower. Fuck that. I'd get fucking gangrene in your foot, get some fucking jungle rot or some shit.
And they got this pump soap that is just for everything. It's whatever. It's for your shampoo, your conditioner, your balls,
that's
your
everything.
face,
It's a multi-purpose.
Your shower, your fucking whatever, your clothes.
Cancer growing soap. Yeah, for sure. Bob Barker grow cancer in your ass for washing more than once.
It was so nasty.
It was bad, bro.
Yeah, they built it.
They let me in there 16 days, dude, because they wanted the feds and then the detective. I was like, dude, I'm not talking to nobody. I'm not talking to nobody. You know what I mean?
No, hell no.
I was like, I ain't talking to nobody. You need to take me to the fucking county jail.
Check this out. Whenever the big homie seen my statement that I made on him, he started reading. He goes, you shouldn't have said that. And I learned that day that you basically just don't say nothing. Right? Because he goes, well, look at this and look at this. He goes, if they were smart enough, maybe they could have figured this out. But they weren't, right? You know what I mean? So I did learn that day. I've never made another statement that I can think of. I did talk a cop into helping me push my stolen car because I ran out of gas. And he called his homeboy to fucking come get me and take me to the gas station, a tow truck, and they helped me push my stolen car off to the side. I had to talk, homie. That shit happens. You know what I mean? Gotta talk. I had to start giving a statement. He pulled up and I'm standing right as my car's dying, dog. My stolen car's dying. He pulls up on me. So sometimes you have to, you know what I mean, on the split second. But after that, once I'm caught, I don't even talk to him, homie. My big homie won't tell him his name. The big homie goes catatonic when he gets arrested, dog, and he won't tell him his name. They get pissed, dog. They get pissed. They just stare off into the fucking space, dog, for hours. They'll keep him in booking for like 48 hours just to be dicks because they figure out who he is right away because they'll fingerprint him. You know what I mean? So they do figure out who he is, but then they'll keep him there forever just to piss him off. See, because I tried that once. I thought it was cool. The first time I seen him do it, I was like, oh, yeah, fuck these motherfuckers. So I did it, and then I found out they'll keep you in booking for 48 hours and then send you to fucking jail. So I never did that.
So
I cooperate.
I'm going to tap out. I'm going to go meet this big fucking shroom.
Nice.
I'm going to tap out. So I'm going to go.
All right. Yeah, that thing's not
I'll talk to you later, my big dog.
monetizable. Later, my friend.
Yes. Oh, no. Hey, no, this is a flower.
This is a pen.
Later, bro.
Later, my friend. We're trying to run that prison paperwork. Hoods here are trying to run people's prison paperwork. It's I wouldn't doubt it. You know, with the environment we find ourselves in concerning predators that end up on a certain type of list, even though the statistics say you're actually a hell of a lot safer than you've ever been, the environment that we live in is hypersensitive. Like it was much more dangerous for me to ride my bike to school whenever I was a kid. With no cameras anywhere, in a rural part of the country, somebody could have snatched me and took me. It was much more dangerous. Now everything's on camera. There's cameras on all the stoplights. There's cameras on all the businesses. Everybody's got phones. And it's much, much more safe. But we let our children Dude, I used to ride to the next city. I ride my bike into the next city. I go all over the fucking place. I take off into the vineyards by myself for hours. I'll take off into the woods whenever I got older. 10, 11 years old, that's whenever we started going looking for looking for weed. Trying to steal people's crops during harvest season around Halloween, right around Halloween time. Because that's whenever that's the natural cycle of marijuana. If you just let it grow from the sun, it pops right away. But it's almost perfect right around Halloween. You can pretty much just bet on Halloween. So you go out before then, you know. But given the environment, people have to be able to see who's around them. Because now we know that there's a lot more of these people than we thought. There's some dismal statistics. I mean, like 1 in 3 women will be messed with in some form or fashion throughout their life. Even if it's just something inappropriate, it can be just inappropriate shit. But like it turns out pretty much throughout time, homie, a lot of people were doing bad stuff to their kids. Put it that way. You know what I mean? And we kind of know that now. That this was just kind of a part of society, and that probably explains a lot of the mental health behavior of people in the past. You know what I mean? Because we know that people have behavioral issues, people that are messed with, right? I mean, in general, it would be weird not to, right? In a reaction, an ordinary reaction to an extraordinary circumstance would be weird. It's an extraordinary circumstance that is not correct in a bunch of different ways, and that should produce a weird response in a human being, and it does. It almost 100% of the time, right? Pretty much 100% of the time, the child goes fucking whoopsie doodle, and you know what I mean, starts doing weird shit, right? And so now, I think that would have to account for some of the weird shit we see throughout time, some of the monsters we see acting throughout time. But I mean, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they start running people's paperwork? It's just it's so easy. It's one of those things as a gang. If that's one of your jobs, it's so easy now to just have somebody do it, a woman or something like that, just dedicate somebody to do it and have her do it all the time, to just run people's paperwork full time. Why wouldn't you? You'd be uncompetitive if you didn't. You'd be behind the ball because it's so easy. So yeah, I think I believe it. I believe it, Herb. And I think people are more and more nosy and more concerned with who's next to them, right? You know, like I've really been thinking. Okay, so check this out. Here's what happened today. On Nextdoor, I'm probably going to make a video about this. I've got the little video in the conversation. I had a conversation with the dude. There's a sushi restaurant over here. I know what it is because as soon as it opened, I took this woman there. We had sushi. I remember it. It's a weird restaurant. It's got this big spiral staircase. It's covered in glass. So, apparently yesterday, there was a homeless person sleeping down at the bottom of the staircase. There's like an overhang. It's like a covered parking lot that leads up to this staircase, and then it goes up. So I guess the dude told him something and was like, hey, man, you can't be here. And dude told him, hey, fuck off. You know what I mean? Or something like that. And so he was like, I guess the dude felt that the homeless person was going to be belligerent, so he called the cops. So the cops showed up and took the dude away. Took him somewhere else. The dude came back and busted out all this dude's windows, right? I went over there today and got some footage of it. And I've got the little Nextdoor thing. I think I'm going to make a little video of the Nextdoor thing. It's just it's such an interesting situation because like calling the cops on somebody for just being there. And I get it. I mean, it's like it's your business, right? It's your business. You don't want the dude to, you don't want him sleeping in front of your fucking business. I get that. That can't be good for business, right? This dude's going to post up right here. But he calls the cops on him. It's like, for a homeless person right now, it's cold out there. And I know how homeless people work. And they ain't scared of a misdemeanor in the winter. You know what I mean? It's about that time to go start catching them shoplifting misdemeanors. I know ones that work like that. I used to know Hondurans who worked like that too. They would swallow bundles of heroin, and then go out stealing all day long. And if they didn't get caught, they stole a bunch of shit and they would go sell it to the Mexicans, and then the Mexicans would take it back to the thrift stores. That's a big business out here for stealing. You can take all your stolen shit and just sell it to the Mexicans for a really good price because they take it back across. You know what's crazy? A pair of jeans in a used pair of jeans in the States, or you can go get one for like $3, $4 from the Goodwill, right? That same pair of jeans will run you $10 in Mexico because they don't see it like used. They see it as like, you know, it's like a used car. Like, shit, that's barely got any miles on it. That's how they see it. They're like, that's a good pair of jeans, homie. You know what I mean? That's still got at least $10 in it. That's how they see it. They view things differently, right? And a lot of stuff is like that. Stuff that we would just discard here or donate has a lot of value. Will have a lot of value right on the other side of the border, because it's still good stuff. It still works fine, right? It does its job properly, you know? So, what up, little bro? Big toe. Yeah, the homeless dude did say fuck you. That's what I'm saying. Homeless dude tells him fuck you. Anybody want to jump up, go ahead. Homeless dude tells him fuck you. So this fool busts out the window. This calls the cops on him, though. You know? And I told the dude, and he was like, well, that's what I told the dude. I said, hey, man, I said, some humanity might be in order, you know, because here's the problem, dog. Okay, there's always homeless people, right? Denver's always had homeless people. But if we're just going to look at a number, that's all we're looking at. Let's just talk about a number, right? And say, if the average rent in Denver is $600 a month, X amount of people are going to be homeless. Won't be able to make, say, $600. Let's say it's $600 limit. There's X amount of people that just don't have their life together enough to throw together $600. They don't have the support system. That's it. There's just this many people. X. Okay? We know, by definition, if we increase X, or we increase this number to, say, 1,200, and now say the average rent in Denver is now $1,200, we know that this number X is now going to be X plus something else, X plus Y, which is the unknown, right? We don't know what that's going to be, but I guarantee it's going to be more. If you double the goddamn rent, I guarantee it's going to be more. I don't know if it's going to be a double, a direct correlation. Who knows? It may explode crazy, exponentially. I don't know. Or maybe just a little bit. Maybe it's just those people at the bottom who just, they just can't make it. But I know the number will go up. And we are seeing that now. And it's like $4,000 to $5,000 to get into a new place to live here. Basically minimum. So you're asking homeless people to... It's a heavy lift, dog, to get off your feet here if you don't got help. Put it that way. What up, Timmy?
What up, my homie? How are you?
Chilling.
Chilling? Yeah, I'm just mopping home from work. We got jack shit to do, so I like to let people go home. So I'm out. Fuck it. Pretty tired from last night anyway, so I'm gonna get some rest. Congratulations on them grades.
Thank you, brother.
Shit. Sure, it proves, you know, you've been gone. You've been busting your ass. I know. Haven't talked to you for a while, so we usually talk a lot too.
Yeah.
But what happens when you're busy?
Yeah.
Getting them A's and B's, homie.
Hey, homie, I could, and you know what? I got this little trigger in my head that goes off like every half hour or 45 minutes, and it goes, what are you supposed to be doing? Do you got shit to do? Do you got shit to do? And I keep checking in, and I keep checking in with myself, and I don't got nothing to do, dog. And if I do have some stuff to do, but it's personal, you know what I mean? I'm editing a little biker video. I got a little biker video going that I did, this biker wedding. But that's my side project, though. You know what I mean? And it's like, it feels good, dog. I already signed up for my next semester classes. Yeah, I already got into it because I don't have a choice. It's actually to get it done in a year, you have to walk a super tight path. So I don't really have a lot of choice with what I take. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people can meander around a little bit. I don't want to do that because there's a lot of fees that come along with it. You know what I mean? Thousands of dollars that I'll have to take. If I'm there for a whole 2 years, that's a whole nother year of fees. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll still pay for as much classes. You still have to take the same amount of classes, but if you take it in a year, you're missing a whole year of fees, and that's thousands of dollars that I'd rather not. I'd rather not.
No, for sure. You'd rather not backstep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm
So
looking at.
What are you gonna do till then? Till your next semester? Just grind, be on YouTube, and work at the new little job.
Well, yeah, we got the new little job popping off.
Yeah. Did you already tell everybody, or?
No, I haven't even talked about that. We talked about gangs. This has been mostly about gangs, dog. Actually.
Okay.
There were some people in the chat that knew some things, and then we started talking about DA Dub's hood, because I was like, nobody's gonna know what that hood is, because nobody knows what that hood is, because it's small.
What is that? What is that?
BWF.
What is that? Yeah. Is
Vadio,
that from Denver?
Yeah.
Okay.
Vadio Westside Familia.
That kind of sounds familiar. Is it an older gang?
Yeah. I think.
Yeah, it's probably before my time. You know, just around the 38 special, around that era.
I think I think Conan, who started it, I believe, or was first generation. Conan was first generation. He may have been an Inca.
Days.
Maybe, but they never claimed Inca, though. That hood. And Conan was kind of a leader, dog. You know what I mean? I think he might have been an Inca, but I feel like, because I don't remember them VWF fools ever pushing Inca. But if I remember right, it's the same thing like Phil from Byers Hood. That fool's an AK, homie. In my head, he was an AK, but you ain't never seen him push AK, right?
No.
That fool's an AK to me. You know what I mean? So I think it's kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? He did the same thing that Conan did.
Well, they try to bring up their own.
Yeah. It worked. He had a cool little hood. That fool was a gangster. That fool Conan was a gangster. But that, like I said, them hoods died out. All them hoods that had Spanish names like that died out, dog. The Mexican names weren't popular.
Why do you think so? What do you think so? Why is that?
I don't know. Think about it, though. All of them did. The oldies got rid of their 13 for the Trey 7.
Because I think that was because of just the whole mix-up with the Sudanio. Because isn't there?
I don't think it was. California? Honestly, homie, I never seen none of them fools get pressed like that, homie. That from what I could tell, they dropped it on their own. They made a decision because it was confusing their homies.
Yeah.
And they didn't like it that some of their homies on one yard would be riding Sureño and then the next one they wouldn't. And they didn't like that. They were like, we just make it oldies 3-7 and that's it. There's no more. Are you from the hood or not? You know what I mean?
Well, that makes more sense because Trey 7 right here in the middle of the east side where they're
That's where they're from. That's where they're from. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So but my hood my hood, the Quinta Lomas, Bella Vista, I ain't seen none of them fools. You know what I mean? The Mestizos.
GPP.
Yeah. The Expos, Vadio Exposition Street. All the Brown and Proud, remember? There was a bunch. There was Brown Love Crew, Brown Pride, West Side Brown Pride. Yep, Brown and Proud. There was North and West Side Brown and Proud. There was, you know what I mean? There was a bunch of shit. And Brown and Proud was started by a Cheeky 30. That fool Froggy from Cheeky 30s. Which was a weird fucking situation. So it's like, oh no.
No, that's crazy. No, with the OX3, because I remember I was at the Gilliam or somewhere. I was younger in my kid days. I seen some fool blasted with that shit, and I thought to me right away, I just seen the 13, so I jammed him up, being from the north. And he was like, nah, this is an oldie thing, homie. I'm from the east side. And I was just like, oh, all right. And then later on, I heard about the Trey 7s. And then my cousin was explaining to me that he never said that they dropped the OX3. He said all he told me was that the OX3 people are from California because California has their own little, I think it's actually a Sudanio gang. that's OX3. And I don't even know if the O stands for oldies. So that was kind of my
Oxnard. Well, there's Oxnard.
Okay. And the same goes
the harbor
for VGV.
area.
And the same goes for VGV because he said that
they still around. Actually, VGVs are still around. VGVs are still around.
Northside VGV still around.
Yeah, they're still around. So that is a Mexican hood that still made it. You're right. Yep, I forgot about that. So
yeah, there's
some of them did. Some of them did.
Yeah. The De La Rosa family, to be exact. Anybody knows any of the De La Rosas, you know who I'm talking about.
I don't know them dudes. I don't know any of the Northside dudes. We didn't have problems with them dudes. We had problems with the Sureño ones. Those were who we tripped with. Those were our enemies. But then we didn't know those Northside dudes existed. We didn't know. I found this out because one of them was dating my cousin and has a kid by one of my cousins. Whenever I got out the joint, they're like, "That was a VGV." I was like, "Really?" And they were like, "Yeah, but it's different." And they told me. I was like, "He don't look like a Sureño." They're like, "Nah." And that's whenever I found out, literally. Maybe like 10 years ago, I found out there was Northside VGV. I didn't know.
Yeah, they're in the projects, homie. They actually live like the De La Rosa family. They all lived right there. Like 3 of them, 2 or 3 their family lived in the projects. And I don't think we personally beefed with them like that. I think it was more of a personal beef between the older homies like Junebug and all of them, and Thing. I think
who's live? Josh is live. Josh. Everybody went somewhere. Everybody took off on me. I knew it was gonna be something.
Oh shit! How many are in the chat?
like half the crowd split. I was like, oh shit, where'd they go? You could always tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You always tell somebody's live, something's going on.
What is he talking about? That California stuff with Bozo and all that?
I don't know. Let me look. I didn't even see.
I know that's
it just says open convo, current events.
I know that's what
maybe I should go try to jump on. Maybe I should go try to jump on his live.
Yeah, you should go do that. I'll go jump in the chat. I'll go watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna homie. I'm about to react to that fool shit. That last video he did.
Which one?
That one I was talking about where he debates that black dude. I forget his name. 916 something. 916.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, do whatever. I'm down. I'll go.
Yeah, I'm with it. My friends, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take a break for a second. And who is it? Oh, Anna's live too. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break for a second, and then I'll fucking come back, and I'm gonna try to jump on someone's shit. I'm partying tonight. You know what I mean?
Hey, Corrupt. Tell Corrupt, what's up, homie? I'm the one that called you Big Head.
Yeah.
All love, homie. All love. Have a good night, Tim.
Plugs on too? Plugs live too?
New gay plug? All right, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone go, you want to get a little gayish? Go.
I don't know. He's saying he might be. But I don't know. I'll be around. YouTube. Later, my homies. Thank you for tapping in. Bye.